Great day and welcome to the first annual Association of Christian Entrepreneurs at New Destinies Online Mastermind Event. Today's event will be packed with lots of information for you. So sit back and get ready to hear from some of our very own business owners. I want to introduce myself to you. My name is Vivian, and I am a board certified biblical counsel, mental health coach, life coach, mental health first aider, IAFF certified fire chaplain, an author, an apparel designer, a spoken word artist, and your host for today. Now, with all of these titles comes a great love for entrepreneurship. This for me began at the age of 11. Yes, I said 11. Who starts a business at 11? Well, I didn't really consider it being an entrepreneur at that time. What I did was I saw a need within my local church, the church that I was attending at the time, and I thought I'm going to be the answer to that need. Well, what was that need? Well, I found out that all of the sisters in our church, or a large percentage of the sisters in our church, literally despised ironing their husband's shirts for Sunday services. And well, I had a love for ironing, and so I turned that into my first business. I reached out to those sisters and I let them know that I would be willing to actually iron their husband's shirts, starch them, bring them back on hangers at the next service. So if they dropped off their shirts on Wednesday, they got them back Sunday morning. If they dropped them off on Sunday morning, they got them back the next Wednesday. Now, here I am 36 years later with that same love for business, that same love for helping others step into their calling and fulfill the needs that they've been called to fulfill in the kingdom, in the marketplace, and in this world. Now, today we're going to discuss what a kingdom business looks like. Well, a kingdom business looks like a business that is accountable. The accountability is defined as the quality or state of being accountable, an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. So, as business owners, we account for the actions of our business, whether it is someone we've hired, someone that works for us, or just our overall organization. We are accountable. The next thing a Christian business has, a kingdom business has, is integrity. Integrity is defined as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. And a kingdom business is Holy Spirit led. Being spirit led indicates that we should continuously surrender and yield ourselves to the desires of the Spirit of God. Now, I want to share with you what our goals are for ACE. Here we have a goal of praying for you and your business, to provide support through trainings, sessions, and practical business tools that will help you in whatever stage of business you are in. So, whether you're new, whether you're seasoned, or still dreaming, ACE is here for you. Today, you're going to hear from Tim George of Radiant Window Incorporated, Jessica Santos of Joyful Creations Party Decor, Johanna Caveda of Microblading by Johanna, and yours truly, Vivian Bell of Coaching by Vivian.
Greetings. I want to talk for a few moments about being called to business. The Bible says that many are called, few are chosen. And so, in theory, I kind of want to tweak it a little bit and say chosen to business because when you're called to do something, you have an option to say yes or say no. But when you're chosen to do something, you will forever be marked and have this unscratchable itch that will forever itch until you say yes and until you take your rightful place. When we look at entrepreneurship and when we look at starting a business, it's scary, right? We're taking this step of faith. Some like me, I quit my job to do the business that I'm doing right now because I felt like it was a call. I felt that unscratchable itch, that thing in the back of my mind telling me that there's something more than doing pest control. There's something more than selling auto parts. There's something more to being a salesman. God has strategically called me to something. And I took that step of faith. And with that step of faith, God put me in a place. I say it all the time to whoever will listen to me, that provision isn't assigned to a person. It's assigned to a place. And so if you're struggling right now with provision, you're struggling with clients, you're struggling with, it doesn't matter, whatever you're struggling with, it could be that you're just in the wrong place. Provision is assigned to a place. I'll take it a step further. I remember when I first started my business that I was kind of going door to door, putting flyers out, doing things, and nothing worked. And I felt like God wanted me to press pause on a few things and just seek his face. And so with that, I started switching up my marketing a little bit, and I stopped putting out flyers. I stopped putting out cards. I stopped doing all of that. And I remember one day specifically seeking the face of God and saying, God, we're going to partner together with this. Your name is attached to it. You're the real owner here. I'm just, doing a legwork. I'm just out here, I'm your instrument. And so I remember specifically feeling a pull to share a testimony. And when I shared this testimony, I had somebody come up to me afterwards and ask for a business card, right? And so I'm thinking like maybe it's just a little something here or there that I could just do, in the meantime. Well, when they asked for this business card, it was God putting me in a place of provision. He put me in front of someone that literally changed the course of my company and the course of my life. And with this single act of obeying God, God provided the customer that I needed in a season of my life and in a season of my company. And with this customer lasted years. And from this came streams of provision, came streams of opportunity, and led to the thing that God wanted me to do. And I don't want to belabor this point, but I want to encourage somebody that when you're called to something, you're called to an action, you're called to a place. And when you're in that place, no man can stop what God is doing. There are certain people right now that are worried about clients coming in, that are worried about, well, maybe this will work, or maybe that, I've tried this and it didn't work. Listen, Jesus spoke to someone that was fishing all day and all night. And he said, you know what? Throw the net on this side of the boat. And they're like, bro, we did this all night. We did this side, we did this side, we did the front, we did the back, bro, we done. And Jesus said, nope, take the net, cast on this side. And when they did, they cast the net and they were pulling the net in, and it was so heavy, so full of provision that they needed partners to come in and take and pull this net. I don't know who this is for, but you try different things. Try God. And the craziest thing is, God may tell you to do something that you tried already and failed at. It just wasn't time. Provision is attached to a specific place at a specific time. When God steps into your business, when God steps into your situation, it doesn't matter what you've tried already. It doesn't matter who you've brought in. It doesn't matter what you've done. When God gives you an instruction, he already set provision to that place. Before Jesus ever spoke a word about them throwing that fish or throwing the net over, he already assigned, he already assigned the fish to be there. Catch that. Before he gave them the word to throw the net over that side, he already commanded the provision to be there. All they needed to do was step in at the time Jesus spoke the word and obey. And when they threw the net, they had to have people come in, unless they tore the whole ship up and ruined their stuff in the process. We're talking about abundance. We're talking about overflow. We're talking about God opening up a window of heaven and pouring out a blessing that there is not enough room to receive. We're talking about obeying God in a specific time at a specific place and watching God do the miraculous. A lot of times we get nervous about being an entrepreneur, about being a CEO. It's not our business anyway. You catch that? It's not your business, it's his business. He gives the increase. He gives the ability for us to create wealth. He gives us the ability to go out and speak. There's certain things that, look at Moses. When Moses, he put Moses in charge of thousands of people, and Moses had a speech impediment. What happened when Moses stepped up? He assigned Aaron to come in and to communicate and do things that he had limitations on. It doesn't matter what our limitations are. When we fully submit to the plan of God and the voice of God, and we take that step of faith and we go out and we try things that are not in our own power, but we seek the face of God and we say, God, this is your business. We're business partners. Tell me what to do. Show me where to go. God will open up doors and avenues for us to step into where people will literally, catch this, will literally give you their business. And I don't mean give you their company. I mean, give you whatever service that you're providing. People will specifically seek you out and say, I don't know why, but I felt that this would be the best route to take. There's something about you. That's the Holy Ghost. There's something about what you're doing, your vision. We love it. We want to get behind it. That's the plan and action of God. That's God rewarding you and showing you the evidence of listening to his voice. And so when we take that step and we go and we pursue the plan of God and the will of God and the instructions of God, there are spoils attached to this that no man can take away from us. No entity can shut down, can come in and do whatever. What's God's is God's. No one can stop what God is doing in your life, in the life of your company. When God attaches a word to your season and you accompany that word with obedience, God will bring increase. I'm Tim. Nice talking with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica. I am the owner of Joyful Creations Decor, and I am an event designer slash decorator. I love decorating parties, creating parties, and I decided to launch my business this year in January. After being a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, I knew I was a business owner. I just didn't know. I didn't have a business to own. So I decided to take a leap of faith after hosting and planning and decorating other events. And for my friends and family, I decided that it's time for me to do something for myself. I've been in business only for a few months, so I'm still learning a lot. It actually brings a lot. Doing so has bring some challenges. One of the challenges that I have dealt with is being brand new into an industry that there's so many people already in it. I've been having to tell clients like, hey, I would love to decorate your party, but then when they want to see pictures and stuff, obviously, I'm so new. So one of the things that I'm trying to tackle is like marketing myself, relating to them in a way that they see that I'm also a mom, or I'm somebody that could relate to them as like, nobody has thousands and thousands of dollars to spend. So I want to be able to market to those moms. I want to have these beautiful events for their kids or for their family, but they don't want to spend all this money. So, I'm trying, that's one of the challenges that I have dealt with, is having to find the right clientele, marketing myself correctly so then people could see that I am a serious business owner. This is not my hobby. And that comes with the business. Of course, one of the things of being in Tampa is like there is a lot of party planners, there's a lot of party designers, there's decorators, like, and I want to stand out. I want to be able, when I reach people, my clients, that they see I stand out for them. I'm not just another paid vendor. I want them to be able to be, I want to be able to leave something with them, a little bit of joy. That's where my name comes, joyful. I want to be able to leave joy in their events, and I want them to have great memories, and hopefully, be a client, that a repeated client, right? Because kids turn every year, they turn, it's a birthdays or it's an event, graduation. So that has been my goal. in starting my business is being able to connect with different clients and not just treat clients as a paycheck or just another client. I want to be able to connect with them. I want to be able to give them something great, not only in my products, but also in myself. My fears of starting my business, of course, is comparing myself. I There's so many amazing people that do amazing work, and comparing myself has been one of my biggest challenges. I see people's work and I'm just like, wow, I'm not like that. I'm not the greatest in everything. But I just had a situation happen to me that I have another designer in my community, and we're basically competition. But people are always going to choose her over me, or vice versa. And I had a hard time accepting the fact that there might be people that may choose her, or so I had to kind of like go back, pray about it, and say, God, like, you give me the clients, give me the people that I am meant to work with. I don't want it to be me being desperate and choosing random works and people, and it's not, it doesn't vibe correctly. So I always, like, I had to turn back and be like, Jess, like, what kind of clients are you trying to get? You want to get people that want to work with you, not because of who you are, but also your work, and let your work speak. So that has always been a challenge, just comparing myself to everyone in my area and trying to find myself. I feel sometimes, when I started my business a few months ago, I would tell people I feel like I'm a little fish in this big pond where there's so many designers, so many people doing the exact same thing. How am I going to stand out? How am I going to show that I'm different, or what can I bring? And I'm working, I'm working on marketing myself. I think marketing has been one of the biggest thing. Being a stay-at-home mom, of course, I'm home most of the time, but I am around other moms when I go to the library, when I go to the store, when I'm out. So marketing myself has been one of the things that I'm going to daycare, speaking to directors, offering my services, doing collaboration. I'm actually doing a collaboration with a nonprofit in about a few weeks. So that's exciting. They reached out to me. They saw me that I was new, and they wanted to know if I wanted to collaborate. And I said, yeah, this is an opportunity for me to put myself out there. And these are things that I have to do. I have to trust myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. I'm like, okay, I'm okay, but I'm not that okay. But I every time I do an installment, every time I do a party, I surprise myself, and I'll be like, wow. I pray before I start every event. I pray and say, God, give me the wisdom in how to do this. Give me the direction that I should go. And every single time when I post pictures and I look back, I give myself goosebumps, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I made that. So I am super excited to, start this business. Of course, like I said, I'm in the beginning stages, so it's still so much that I have to learn. But, having that faith in God, knowing that He gave me this vision, He gave me this gift, because this is a gift, and knowing that I have to trust that He is going to lead me into the right path in this whole entire industry. And that's my prayer every night. Every night I pray, God, provide the people, the clients, allow myself to be different, and they could see something different in me. I'm not just another person. So, like I said, I am so grateful and thankful for Sister Vivian for reaching out and asking us to make this video. I think it's important to lean on each other. Of course, everybody has different business. At the end of the day, we all have the same fears. We all have the same concerns. So hearing from others will be super encouraging. And I hope that I encourage you as well, that if you have something inside that you want to go for it, like you're scared, like, I don't know, am I going to be good or not? Just go for it. Like, the only thing you could do, if you fall, you could pick yourself right back up. There's a learning curve to anything. There's a space for everyone. You just gotta trust God. I think through it all, like, the faith that I have in God has helped me continue going, because there's been many times that I have sat down. I'm like, yo, this is too much. This is too much for me. I don't know anything. I'm still new. I don't know numbers. I don't know math. I don't know, the pricing, all these things. But God gives wisdom. And if He gave me this name and He gave me my business, I just have to trust Him and make Him the CEO, like Sister Vivian said, make Him the owner of my business, and allow Him to guide us and guide me into this space. So I hope, me sharing a little bit about, my fears, my doubt, but also how I'm overcoming them has been encouraging. And like I said, my name is Jessica, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My business name, Joyful Creation Decors. And I hope, like I said, I hope this reaches one of you. Have a great one. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica.
Hi everyone, my name is Joanna Caveda. I am a licensed esthetician and certified microblader. I've been in this industry going on 5 years this October, and I couldn't be more grateful, to be able to help others and build that confidence that they've always had. Is just, with certain circumstances, we tend to kind of lose our buildup. So that is what mostly motivates me being in the kingdom as an entrepreneur, because as a microblader, it does tend to get misled. I definitely have prayed about this opportunity for a long time. And I feel that it's not vanity is what I'm out to give other people. It's that confidence. It's giving back what God has given you, and the beauty of this, the reason why I love this so much is because I get to have those conversations, those intimate conversations with each and every person that's in my room, versus when I used to be a medical assistant many years ago. I was on a time crunch, so I don't have to worry about that. So listening to their stories, it touches my heart, because I could cry right now just like thinking back to the past stories that I've heard in the room. I've had clients that were, that have battled cancer, and have cleared free from that, and they lost their brows, so I'm there to give that back to them. I've dealt with women who have fallen into deep depressions, that they've lost their hair, hormonal imbalances, that have lost their hair, so giving it back to them, and then just seeing the expression on their faces at the end is just, it is everything. So that, and I'm trying not to be emotional, but that's definitely what motivates me in the kingdom as an entrepreneur. I do see myself continuing this beautiful career of mine, with the amazing support of my husband and my family. They've been truly amazing. My pastors, my leaders. I definitely, my biggest goal is to give back to our church. That's the whole purpose of this. Otherwise, this is nothing. I do believe that as an entrepreneur, and being in the kingdom, you do have to give back. That's most important. So, and that's why I feel like it's definitely helped me grow, in the long run. But all in all, that's where I see myself. I see myself continuing this business, this wonderful opportunity. Plus, skincare as well. I do believe that self-care is very important for each individual. So I'm grateful to be able to give that and educate on proper skincare, and and just put a smile on somebody's face is everything. So yes, I will continue to pursue this, and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm grateful for everybody that walks in through the door, and and that motivates, and we get to have these conversations back and forth about our careers, and yeah. I'm just grateful, and I thank you for listening.
Great day, and thank you all for joining us for our first ever mastermind online event. So, I know you often hear the word mastermind, and you might have been thinking, like, what does that actually mean? Well, I want to tell you something. This is not some new word, even though it seems like it's just become new over the last several years or decades, right? But I wanted to tell you guys, I was given this most amazing book. It is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, before y'all start thinking Sister Vivian is reading some stuff and it's not biblical or any of that, read the book. Okay, read the book. I promise you this book's going to bless you. In 1937, Napoleon Hill wrote this. He said, "The mastermind may be defined as coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Well, as business owners, our definite purpose is to bring the kingdom of God to the marketplace. So what does that actually mean? That means that within my business, I'm going to have integrity. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to honor those who I serve. I will not use them as just people to make a paycheck. Now, don't get me wrong. I collect money for all of my counseling and coaching and all of those things. But when I serve people, I ask God every day, send me the clients you want me to serve today. Not whose money you want me to take, but who you want me to serve today, right? So my title, what I'm talking about today, is called Mind Your Business. Yes, I said it, mind your business. As a counselor and a coach, the mind is my business, right? I often talk to people about strategies to help them change the way that they view their lives and see things, and how they handle certain situations so that they can strategically realign their thinking, which realigns their actions, which sets them on the path that God called them to be on, so that they can walk in their purpose and fulfill the purpose that is in the earth. Mind your business means get to being about your business. Whatever that is that God has given you to do, whether it's to write books or to create apparel, whether it's to teach Bible studies, whether it is to build things, build bridges, whatever it is that God has put that anchoring in your spirit, that thing that Tim talked about that you couldn't shake, or like Joanna talked about, that thing that gives you purpose. She likes giving back to people what they've lost, not vanity, but confidence. And then maybe it's like what Jessica's done, stepped out on faith, like literally stepped out on faith and trusted God to bless the gift that he's given to her. So minding our business is about doing what we were called to do. I found out some years ago that there were 6 other Vivian Bells in the Pinellas County area. Literally, I met 2 of them in one summer. And there's a story behind all of that, but I met 2 of them in one summer. And I actually had gone to view a place to rent about 3 years ago. And when I got there, the lady said, I thought you had mistakenly made 2 appointments because a Vivian Bell came yesterday to view this same condo. And so I shared that with you because there are multiple Vivian Bells. I even know that 3 of those Vivian Bells have the same middle name as me, but they are not the same Vivian Bell. There is only one Vivian Bell, who is the daughter of Everett Janelle and Lawrence Bell, the mother of Sierra and Christopher Burgess, that's been called to be the board certified biblical counselor and mental health coach, and the person who's positioned right here, right now, talking to you today. There is only one me, and God has set things for me and you to do in the earth. But if we don't do those things, he's going to get them done. He'll do them through other people. But I want to be obedient. I want to be minding the business that God gave me to tend to. I want to be fulfilling my purpose in the earth, because that's really what it's about. When we're walking in our purpose, living the abundant life, abundantly blessed, abundantly financially blessed, emotionally blessed, full of joy and love, then God gets glory from that. What have you been sitting on? What have you been waiting on? What is God still tugging at you tugging at your heart with? Some of you might be thinking, well, it's too late for me. Well, it's not. If you're watching this video, if you're watching this mastermind event, it is not too late for you. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to pray and ask God how you need to start minding your business, the thing that he's called you to do. ACE is all about helping you mind your business. So what you're going to receive within the next day or so, you're going to get a survey by email. If you registered for this event, you're going to get a survey, and we want you to tell us what it is that you feel you need to help you get to minding your business. Now, we're not going to do the work for you, but we have tools. We have people who can train you on how to use certain software and other things that will help make your business more efficient. So if that's something that you're interested in, once you receive that survey, send it back to us, because we really do want to help you mind your business. The Word of God tells us that it is with the mind that we serve the Lord. So you have to know that after having an event like this, where you're stirred up to step out into what God has called you to, there's going to be some attacks on your mind. But because we are not ignorant of the enemy's devices, let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for that by preparing declarations to speak over what we've received today. I'm not
not sure what you received from these messages, but some of the things that I've received was to just step out, to not compare ourselves, to not wait for the shoe to drop, because it never does. When you're obedient and you're walking in God's call for your life, there may be things that might not go the way you want them to, but I promise you, God's going to keep all his promises to you. He's going to bless your business. And as Brother Tim said, that provision is assigned to a place and a time. And so it may seem like, man, I've been in this for a while, because if you hear the other part of Brother Tim's story, you'll know that before he handed this man his business card, he was walking through that season of, Lord, I had faith in you. I stepped out. I've done what you told me to do, but it doesn't seem like it's manifesting. And he came to that point where he had to make a decision to either believe God or to believe God. And even though he was frustrated, agitated, tired, he was obedient and passed his business card to this man, and thus his business has flourished. There is provision for your business, and it's set up at an appointed place and appointed time. Continue to seek God. He's going to help you find what that appointed place and appointed time is. I want to encourage you to be like Brother Tim and those of us that you may have heard on the video today. Don't give up. Keep going, because God gave you the word. He gave you the vision. And I was listening to a pastor preach yesterday. His name is Dr. Joel Tudman. And he said, the vision that God gave you for your business is from another dimension. So you got to know that the enemy knows that what you have came from a dimension that he recognizes. So in that dimension, you're already victorious. You already are seated with Jesus Christ in heavenly places. You already have full dominion to make this thing come about, because God's going to do it for you. As Brother Tim said, this is not our business, it's God's. I shared earlier this year about how I resigned my position as owner and CEO, and I turned that position over to God. And so when I have my morning business meetings, I say, God, what do you want me to do today? What's my assignment today within your business? Who are you wanting me to serve? What do you want me to prepare for today? What God gave you is from another dimension, but he wants to put it in this dimension. He wants it in the earth. Why don't you help him? Why don't you let him? Why don't you get to minding your business? Mind your business. Again, we thank you for joining this event. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at business@newdestinywc.com. We look forward to answering any questions you may have, and we pray a most blessed and abundant week, month, and year for you, your business, and your family. God bless.
Now, ACE has some upcoming events. The first is our semester 3 life group meetings on Wednesday evenings beginning May 31st through June 5th. We'll also have an ACE meeting held on July 12th. We have our Harvest Fest, where you get to showcase your businesses, on October 25th. There's another ACE meeting on November 1st, as well as on December 13th, which will be a meeting/Christmas event. Now, again, we want to thank you for joining us today. Look forward to receiving your survey, and have a most blessed weekend.